section will. All right. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. Okay, we are now live.
Yay.
Yay! Hi everyone who's tuning in, or if you're tuning in after it's been recorded, that's cool too. Welcome to the Q&A with the lovely Maganda Marie, who is also the voice of Sandy the Highland Cow from the upcoming indie animated series Strawbunny and Friends, or A Slice of Life with Strawbunny and Friends. We got a lot of awesome questions for tonight that we got from our Patreon subscribers. And we also will be taking questions from the audience, the comment section, once we have gone through the Patreon questions. Also, at the end, and at the tail end of the stream, there will be an exciting announcement. So keep watching to see that. But I guess we'll just jump right in if that's okay with you.
That's okay with me.
Awesome. And as you can see, Sandy has Sandy's plushie. It's perfect.
Oh, she's so soft. Literally like womp womp.
She's definitely very soft and cuddly. I always like when people see her at a con or something, they're like, is she really that soft? And like, go ahead and pet her. And they're like, wow, she really is that soft. You are not lying.
I've been waiting for this Q&A so I can take a picture of her and be like, Q&A session done. Look what I am.
Oh, that's gonna be so adorable. Oh my gosh, I can't. That's so sweet. Can everybody in the comments hear Maganda? Because like last time with Tanisha is having a bit of trouble with the audio. So let me know if you can
Oh,
hear the both of us.
can you hear
And
me?
I think I got it figured out this time, but let's see if everybody can hear.
There's someone in chat is actually one of my mods for my own Twitch stream.
Oh, perfect. That's so sweet of them to tune in.
Yeah.
That's so
Silent would let
sweet.
me know if I'm being silent.
Oh, well then that's perfect. Okay, so then I guess that we're good. Audio's good. Cool. All right,
Thanks,
that is the
Silent.
thank you. That is the green light to get started on these awesome questions. Oh, Michael Jackson is back. Awesome. All right. So the questions from the Patreon Discord. The first question is, what is a role or a specific voice talent that made you want to start voice acting?
Um, so the first time I ever did a voice acting was back in like 2013. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I didn't start doing it full time until just a few years ago.
Mhm,
But apparently I have a knack for strong, like lower tone female voices.
mhm,
And it's that one in particular I get a lot of roles for. So like the motherly voice, of course, or
mhm.
the strong like leader type. And you don't hear that a lot, especially like in animes and stuff like that. So I want to be one of those women that can, the people that can do that voice.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy that I'm bringing a little bit of that strength into, the community.
Yeah, you definitely have a very like unique voice that sounds very like the mom friend or something. The
I'm the mom friend. I'm your weird aunt.
it really is such a perfect voice for like so many different roles. It's wonderful. As soon as I heard your voice, I was like, that's Sandy. Like all the auditions were unbelievable, of course, but your voice was so like mom friend, the sweet, caring voice kind of thing. It was so perfect, and I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
that we chose you to be Sandy. Um,
I'm really glad to be chosen.
Aw, you really embody her perfectly. Um, Second question from the Patreon. Let's see. Things that you have in common with Sandy or do not really have much in common with Sandy.
um, I don't want to do any spoilers for like anything that I've already done
Mhm.
episode wise, but there was one specific episode. I'm not gonna, say what's in it, but let's just say Sandy's a hard worker. And I have the knack for if I have time in the day, I need to be doing something.
Mhm.
And I will be cleaning, I'll be working on something. My own people in my Discord for my own live stream, they know. They'll be like, "How you doing, Magana?" And I'm like, "I'm making a table." Like so I feel like if I don't have people to tell me like, "Hey, You can relax.
Hmm.
I'm a hard worker. That's exactly what I do. And I feel like she's a hard worker because she makes everyone else's lives so good just being around them. That sometimes they have to be like, hey, you're friends with us. You can chill with us.
Yeah, that's well, if you're a hard worker yourself, just out here making tables, just randomly and keeping busy, that's definitely a very Sandy trait. I know exactly which episode you're talking about, and
Yeah.
no spoilers, but yeah, that's very Sandy's thing that she's known
they'll
for.
they'll all know eventually. They'll watch
Yeah,
the
exactly.
episode.
She's definitely like a selfless character. I wanted her to embody, like someone who will do a lot of work to help other people, and it sounds like you're definitely in that kind of personality yourself.
it's it's a good personality trait
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. Very
to a point.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. We got to take care of yourself too. You
Yes,
gotta remember to
exactly.
take care of yourself and rest.
Everyone
As
drink water, hydrate.
exactly. Let's all hydrate everyone. We probably all don't drink enough water, including myself. But let's see. Third question. What do you think of the series so far? Like your opinions on what you have already worked on regarding the series.
I think the series is absolutely adorable. So I know what all the characters look like, and I have a very, very active imagination. So as I'm reading through all these episodes and I hear what the other people have sounded like, um, I can already put these episodes together in my mind, and they are so obscenely cute. Like, not to say that in a mean way or anything. I'm just like, it's so much cute that I'm like, I can't wait for it to fully be realized because it's like it's on that level where you just want to watch it and be like, I feel good inside when I watch this, Like there's nothing that makes me feel like I'm not in a good place.
Aw. I'm really happy to hear that like the series makes you feel like you're in a good place. That's exactly what I wanted from it. I wanted to be like wholesome, really like anybody can enjoy the silly humor as well, but very wholesome, friendly, and something just to feel good when you're watching it type of thing. Something to kind of kick back and just be like, I want to relax today. I'll pop in some slice of life with Strawbunny and Friends type of show. So I'm really glad that for you that you feel that is like a nice, happy and kind place, very happy village.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a safe, like, kind of show for people to watch comfortably. It's like a comfort show for some people, I bet. Once it comes out, they're going to be like, I feel like watching this. It makes me smile.
Aw.
Makes me talk.
Aw. Well, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. That's exactly the type of thing I wanted to get across. And actually, of course, like, I created the characters. I'm the one who came up with like the episode synopsises, but the co-creator of, I don't know if you heard of Sunflower Club. It's like an indie
Mm.
animation studio, and the
Oh,
co-creator of it was so sweet, and she wrote the script for all the episodes. I did give her like an idea of what the episode should like be, like what the plot should be, but she did such an excellent job, in my opinion, on really coming across like that silly humor and just wholesome cuteness. So she did an
definitely came
excellent job.
across perfectly.
She definitely did a really good job. Her name is Jennifer Rust. If anybody is making their own indie animation and wants to check her out for her script writing, it's excellent. Just gonna plug the script writer right there. um, Next question. Are there any games or series, such as cartoons or anime, that helped you with your inspiration of voice acting?
Ooh. Um, that's a toughie because growing up, I didn't get to have the TV a lot to myself, and if I
Mhm.
did, it was like cartoons, so it was like really like zany voices. I don't do zany voices very well. I'm a very serious kind of voice actor, but playful when I need to be. My voice just can't get to the cartoony level yet. But I did see several animes growing up. I was a big Miyazaki fan. Like one of my first ones was My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh.
Um, and that's like that's very playful, that's uplifting, that's, two happy children on their adventure with Totoro. And then you have the opposite side where my brother showed me Akira, which is um, the complete opposite. But that's what opened my eyes up to anime in general and the voice
Mhm,
acting potential that was open in those movies
mhm.
specifically,
Yeah.
um, which gave varying range. And it made me realize, like, you can bring these characters to life through voice alone. And it always stuck in my head until I finally got the nerve to do this full time.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of artists of a lot of mediums have that same experience where it's like, wow, I can actually like do this. I can contribute towards this type of thing. So it's really awesome, even though you had like a limited, you know, TV time that you were able to find your way to voice acting because you definitely bring a lot to the table.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Um, I know when I was growing up and I would watch like Pokemon and things like that. And I used to think that it's so crazy. I used to think they were like real people for some reason. I was like 6 years old. But then I
Don't you
realized,
love
wow,
that though?
yeah, the innocence. But then when I realized they were drawn, I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. And I was like 6 years old, and I was like, I want to draw for a living. I don't even know if there's like a thing. I don't even know if like doing art all the time is a
You just
thing, but
know. You
you
just
just
want to
know.
do it.
Hmm. Exactly. Sometimes you just know, even when you don't even realize that it's like a thing that you can actually do when you grow up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Let's
I can
see.
see some of the chat questions, and I'm like, no, I cannot do a Winnie the Pooh impression. I'm so sorry. It would turn out really bad.
Aw. You do have a very like mature and husky voice, and that's definitely not Winnie the Pooh.
I would just be like, oh, Piglet. So
No, that was cute. Oh my gosh.
I
Um,
cried a little.
um, okay, let's see. Oh, here's a good question. What are your thoughts on the character of Sandy so far? Like, what are your thoughts on her personality, her interests, stuff like that?
So we already established hard worker.
Hmm.
But I just like, she's definitely the mother of the group.
Hmm.
And I tend to be that way when I'm in my friend groups. I tend to be like the mother hen, make
Hmm.
sure everything's in order and in line and stuff. But she has the tendencies to also let her child side out, and it's a very refreshing take on a character because you have all these sweet characters that are, they're happy, they're having fun, they're almost children in a way. And you have this one that takes a little bit more authority but can still be a child. And I
Hmm.
think that speaks to a lot of, um, I don't know, like, if you're a single child, you don't really have this, but if you have siblings,
Hmm.
there is the older sibling that has that feeling of responsibility, and I feel like it's speaking to people who could understand that you're
Hmm.
still a child. You can still be a child. Like, that's who she is in my opinion. She's taking a little bit of a role for, in charge, but she still can have fun. She's still who she needs to be. Like, does that
No, that totally makes sense.
make sense?
That really makes a lot of sense, actually. 'Cause I feel like a lot of people, like when they reach a certain age, they think, I can't be silly anymore. I can't enjoy these things. And I'm supposed to be like the responsible one now, and I can't be into silly, cute stuff anymore. And that's totally not true.
It's totally not true. You be
Yeah,
who you wanna be.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely very in tune with how Sandy is, like you said. She's silly. She's, the mom friend, but she definitely has a silly side to her, which I think is, like you said, very important to people who are older siblings or just people who, I don't know, are older and feel like they can't partake in like fun activities. I
Yeah.
definitely see that with a lot of people, and it's like you said, you just have fun. You can have
Mhm.
fun. It's okay. There's no age limit for enjoying fun stuff.
Nope. That's why we all still collect action figures and models and stuffed animals.
Yeah.
If I move this camera ever so slightly up, you'd see like all of my figurines on these shelves.
I feel that. That's like my room too, so I totally understand that. Just fun to get like be surrounded by happy and cute stuff. It makes
Hmm.
kind of makes like us happy. Like
Yeah.
you or me or anybody who has a room like that, just being surrounded by fun stuff is definitely something that can boost your mood a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of it like in The Sims when you put something on the wall in your Sims and like, oh, I feel better in this room. It's like, I put a lamp in here. What is wrong with you?
Well, now they're not in the dark anymore. They're thrilled.
How'd you know I was saving electricity in The Sims?
Having like 15 chandeliers in a small room. Totally get it. uh, but let's see. There isn't many more questions in the Patreon Discord, but I have my own question before we get to the YouTube comments. When you were auditioning for the role of Sandy, what was like? Oh, my webcam just went off. That's odd. I'm not sure why it did that. Can you still hear me though?
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, it just went back on. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, I'm so sorry, y'all. Um, now I remember what I was gonna say. Oh, now I remember. Sorry about that.
No, you're
Um,
fine.
when you were auditioning for the role of Sandy, did you have like a specific, like, what made you come up with a specific idea and voice that you had in mind for Sandy when you auditioned?
So, I remember in the audition you mentioned motherly.
Mhm.
I did audition for a lot of motherly characters. There was a part of me that really wanted to put a Southern accent on her, but I was like, nothing in here said Southern. I won't do that right now. Like, but I tried out for I think two other characters before this, but both of them I was like, I might have made them like high pitched voices, and I don't
Mhm.
do high pitch very well. So when I hit the motherly one, I was like, oh, thank goodness. I I am more relaxed with lower tone voices,
Mhm.
and I do get told I have that kind of soft, comforting kind of voice. And if I want motherly, I just add a light, soft tone to it. You know exactly what I mean. It's like when you think of a comforting mother, that's the first thought that comes to mind.
Mhm.
And as someone who didn't really have a mother growing up,
Mhm.
I have my ideal mother in my mind. And
Mhm.
that's what I try to give when I portray a mother. So I
Oh.
guess I am drawn to mother roles.
Oh, well, you like I said before, you definitely have the perfect voice for like a motherly mom friend, definitely.
Thank
And
you.
I'm glad that you can find a little bit of comfort in Sandy, like relating to her, maybe a little bit about, like we discussed earlier, her still being silly but still having that motherly, responsible side.
I am also an aunt in real life now.
Oh.
So I have been using that voice a lot to tame my niece. Sorry, not nephew.
Oh, well, that's definitely like a voice, like a very soothing, calm voice, definitely toned down like a baby, a calm a baby down for
Yeah.
sure. That's very sweet.
Well, she's 5 now. Nothing's calming her down.
I see, yeah. 5-year-olds, they have that energy
Oh, I
for
love her.
sure. Yeah, oh, of course. So it's so adorable. Um, I guess now we will take questions from the YouTube chat. And in answer to, I believe, Michael Jackson asked, how many questions can we ask? You can pretty much ask any questions that will last us another, like, maybe 15 minutes. Well, I don't know, we were a little bit late. If it's okay with you, maybe 15 to 20 minutes of
Yeah, that's
answering a
fine
couple
with
of
me.
questions. Okay, cool. Then yeah, you can go ahead and just ask any questions. We already have a question from Coffee Jinx. Thank you for asking the first question in the YouTube comments. If you could do anything with Sandy for, I'm guessing for the day, like an activity, what would you two do together and why?
I feel like Sandy is really good at cooking. and
Mhm.
I am very bad at cooking. So I would love to just sit and talk in the kitchen, and then,
Mhm.
Sandy's making all the food, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll try a little bit of that just to make sure it's tasty." I'd basically spend a whole day eating really good cooking while keeping her, company. Is it bad? I can't cook. Everything I cook just burns.
I am the exact same way. I tried to make a grilled cheese sandwich once in a pan, and let's just say that pan now has forever a bread shaped burn into it.
What?
I swear, I tried to make a grilled cheese sandwich once on a pan, and now that pan forever has like a bread shaped burn because I just did not do a good job. So I really relate to that.
You play those games where it has in the corner, it'll say, like, "This character remembers that." Now it's like, "The pan will remember this."
Yeah, exactly. And that was like several years ago, and it just doesn't scrub out.
You
So
still
I,
have the pan.
it's really funny to look at the bread, like the bread thing. That, and the worst part about it is that has happened twice. I've destroyed two pans that way.
Oh my.
Yeah. So now I
Grilled
just don't
cheese does
cook.
not like you.
No, it does not. But I love grilled cheese, but it does not like me. But yeah, so I really feel you on like burning everything. Just generally, like cooking can be hard.
It
So
is, it's hard.
yeah. Um, let's see. Michael Jackson asks, "Do you watch any like old shows? Um, did you watch any like old vintage shows, I guess?"
Uh Again, I didn't really have a lot of TV for myself growing up.
Mm.
I was like, if a parental unit wanted to watch TV, I wasn't allowed to watch TV. So,
Oh.
but for old shows, I remember we had VHS tapes of what were they called? The Rascals.
Mm,
I remember watching those occasionally.
mhm,
But a lot of my old shows would be like animes from the 90s, like Trigun, The 12 Kingdoms, stuff like that, Neon Genesis.
mhm,
Those would be like the oldest I can remember, and I'd watch them at night so my parents wouldn't be up.
mhm. Yeah, well, they did. If I remember correctly, I'm also a '90s baby. They aired pretty late at night, so I think you were safe.
They were super late at night.
Yeah, this is like you're a kid in the '90s. You just wake up and you hear like the ending theme of Inuyasha or
Oh
something.
my gosh, I was about to say Inuyasha's ending theme. Oh, oh, the
So good.
memories.
I know. Makes me feel old, but it's also like nice to think of those funny
Yeah.
memories. Um, your mod asks if you could recommend a game for Sandy, what game would you pick for her and why?
Is Animal Crossing a bad thing to say when they're animals?
I'm gonna be so real. So many of the characters were inspired by Animal Crossing. Like
Oh, I
their
can see that.
personalities. Yeah. Like definitely Sandy, I got like the normal personality. Tanger Rabbit and Pip are like the peppy personality. I would say that Strawbunny is probably the lazy personality. Cubby
That's my
is
favorite personality too.
me too. Like Cubby would be maybe the what was it called? Like I don't remember what it was called. It was like the normal version of the male characters. But yeah, they're definitely I think Smug. Smug is what it was
Oh,
called.
okay.
Smug. Definitely inspired by Animal Crossing. So if you like recommend Sandy to play Animal Crossing, totally fits. So yeah, she's
This is the first
definitely
thing that came to mind. I was like, it'd so be a slice of life in a video game. What's a slice of life in a video game? Animal Crossing.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, well, that's perfect. I'm glad that you like kind of saw the connection a little bit even before I just said that to like Animal Crossing characters, personalities, and like my characters. Definitely highly inspired by it. It's my favorite game. But it's definitely a perfect game. Um, Michael Jackson asks, "Do you wish to be in an anime English dub in the future?"
I do.
Hmm.
One of the good things about being being living here in
Hmm.
Dallas is the fact that Crunchyroll is in Dallas.
Oh.
So all the voice actors in this area are basically all vying for your lovely anime dubs. So I am in that pool of fighting fish.
That's really perfect then. That's a perfect place to be if in
Yeah,
your position. Yeah.
105 degrees and a lot of competition.
Oh, yeah. It's a good opportunity to be there, but maybe like the heat is just too much though.
No one
Yeah.
goes outside. I'll just let you know that now. No one goes outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes like even if you bring a portable fan outside and that kind of heat, it's just gonna be blowing like hot air. And this just makes things worse. So totally understand why you Texans would definitely stay inside more.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, let's see.
Someone said trinket, and I'm looking around. I'm like, all my
Oh,
Critical Role stuff is over there. I'm thinking
oh,
Critical Role trinket.
oh, I think because in the comments, I think one of the people who was here before is friends with somebody who just joined whose name is Trinket Fox.
Oh, I see it now. Trinket Fox. Okay.
Yeah. That
So
would have
sorry,
been
so sorry.
that would have been a good eye, like totally off the
Yeah, I was
camera.
like,
What is that?
I'd be
Um,
more worried. I'd be like, where is the other camera?
like what is this? Like what? Oh my gosh.
You're fine, coffee.
Um, Naruto Lee. There's a lot of very interesting names in here. That's great. Michael Jackson, we got Naruto. What I guess the person is like asking for maybe a sneak peek of the Sandy voice because they
I
said they don't think
technically
they've
did
heard
it.
it. Oh yeah, you did, but I don't know if they were here for that. I'm not sure. If you want to do like a quick one again, it's up to you.
Hello, everybody. Oh gosh, now I'm embarrassed.
No, your Sandy voice is
Sandy
excellent.
here. Now I'm all giggly. I did it so good earlier too.
I know. Well,
I'm here to have a fun time with everyone. That sounds bad out of context. Let me take that back.
no, Sandy's saying it. It's nothing bad about it.
That's true, that's true.
The most wholesome little cow.
I'm all nervous and now I'm all sweaty.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's not
Um,
you, it's 105 degrees.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't even imagine. It'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I said, 95 degrees here is like deadly. I can't even imagine that.
The main question everyone should have been asking is, why are you wearing sleeves? I don't know.
That is a good question, I guess, then, if it's 105 degrees. But make sure to stay cool, though. Don't get heat exhaustion for sure.
I'll
Definitely stay
never.
hydrated.
I have a AC right above me. I never leave it.
Oh, perfect then. That's perfect. Um, let's see. I'm gonna scroll back to the comments. I feel like we missed like a couple of questions possibly that people were asking.
One of the newest ones was a Richard Watterson impression, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
So bets are I probably don't do that impression. I'm so sorry.
Let's see. Okay. Just seeing if there's any other questions that we might have missed. Okay. All right. While we're waiting for more questions from YouTube, I will ask a question. Do you have any other like obviously voice acting is not a hobby, but do you have like hobbies? Like what are your hobbies? Probably video games, of course.
I cosplay. I actually have a picture of one of my cosplays. I actually have a physical photo I could show if you want me to.
Oh, sure, of course.
Okay, I gotta actually get it. You know, here, Sandy. You can go right here. There you go. But you're still in. Nope, my face covers you. That's not cool. So this is my cosplay from Nezuko, and I had a really good photographer from Seattle
Mhm,
help me with this photo, aka he's really good at digital art.
mhm.
So uh, uh, there it
Oh,
is.
oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. That is so
So
cool.
I do I do a lot of video game cosplays more.
Mhm,
Since Tears of the Kingdom just released. Gonna put that over there.
mhm.
Um, I'm looking into doing a cosplay of Pyrrha.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna be doing a cosplay. I don't have the pieces up here. A cosplay of Sonia
Mhm,
and a cosplay of Riju, which I've already done Riju in the past,
mhm.
but oh, thank the heavens of Nintendo, they made Riju's wig short because the old wig was so heavy.
Oh my God, I bet.
So Yeah, I do cosplay on the side.
Awesome. That's so much fun though. I
Yeah.
used to cosplay a lot more than I do now, but whenever I do go to an event, I always like a cosplay,
Mhm.
anime, comic event. I always cosplay. It's just so much fun.
It is.
So yours are so like out of the ballpark though. They're like so edited. Like the effects are so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that that made me look really good. I won't lie. In real life, but in that,
No.
I'm proud of this. I didn't even do it.
No, but that's you, so you should be proud of it. That's you in the picture, so that's awesome. Um, let's see. Oh, they've got some questions. Have you ever thought about voicing an evil or horror role, maybe a particular evil princess voice? I'm not sure who they're referring to, but would you
uh,
consider doing a horror role?
I do. I have auditioned for several horror video games. I am in
Hmm.
one technically, but I am not an evil character. I'm like a helper character.
Hmm.
I'm in a different game that I can't announce at all,
Hmm.
but I think I'm the evil person. But I'm a very nice evil. It's weird. It's a
Yeah.
nice evil. It's a very gentle evil.
Oh.
But if I could go all out, like, well, ha ha ha, kind of, I would totally do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun. That would be like a fun and interesting role to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Jinx asks, what do you think Sandy would do to stay cool in the Texas heat?
The only thing that's been on my mind since learning that one's really close to me
Hmm.
is a water park. I could
Yes.
totally imagine Sandy just like repping all her friends to the water park and she's making sure everyone's in the wave pool and you could
Mhm.
just see them all doing the wave. I think it'd be
That would be so cute, the little bathing suits.
cute.
That would be really cute. Um, let's see. Michael Jackson asks, "What is your favorite food?"
Galbi.
What did you say?
It was so fast. It's galbi. It's a Korean short rib barbecue.
Oh,
That is my favorite food, and it's been my favorite food since I was like 14.
oh, that's definitely it. I hope you have like a lot of restaurants nearby that like serve that, of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can go to any Korean barbecue place, the ones where you have the meat cooking in front like in the middle of the table.
Mhm.
There's several restaurants that just like have it as a menu item. Like it's a
Mhm.
common thing now. They even some grocery stores even sell the meat cuts itself. I can make it at home now. So,
Oh,
I
that's
make it whenever
exciting.
I can.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you've made it yet, but I guess
Mhm.
you have, yeah.
I love it
That's
so much.
awesome. That is so awesome. I heard a lot of like raving reviews about like K barbecue. I never tried it, but I
Oh.
don't I don't typically eat meat very often, but
Oh,
that does sound
then
like yeah. But I've heard from many people that is really delicious.
it is so good.
Yeah.
And it's
Um,
one of those places too that you typically pay like one price and you eat as much as you can. So it's
oh,
very good
mm,
financial wise if you eat a
yeah.
lot, you know? So
Yeah. Oh, that's like a all you can eat buffet almost kind of thing, except with
I
pig
go
barbecue.
in I go in with the thought of, well, if I'm spending this much money, I gotta eat this much. I gotta make sure it's worth
Yeah,
it.
get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Um, that's understandable. Let's see. Jinx asks, do you gravitate towards unique voices when choosing various roles?
Yeah, I won't lie. I kind of do. Um, I've been wanting to learn how to do more masculine voices, but I
Mm,
need to find a proper teacher for that. But the gravelly, like female voices, like
mhm,
I picture them more as like rock and roll, or you can picture as like Amethyst from Steven Universe.
mhm,
I've been trying to go for a lot of those roles because I find them like really entertaining and really fun to do, even though it
mhm.
kind of hurts my voice. Like if I can give voice, I'd be like, "Rock on, man! That's awesome!" Like doing
Oh,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, I have fun with that kind of
Mhm,
stuff. I don't get to do it that often,
mhm,
um, but I do gravitate towards strong and interesting character voices.
mhm,
Not just your typical pro tag voice.
mhm.
"Hi, I'm pro tag number 1. What can I do for you? Oh no, the world's on fire." I don't know.
The world on fire, you're doing like side quest type of thing.
That's what I do in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope you can land one of those roles. You sound like the like scratchy male type of voice definitely sounded like to me like an Ash Ketchum voice from like the
Oh
first
yeah,
gen.
it
That's
would be Ash.
awesome. That is awesome
Hopefully,
though. Yeah.
one day.
Let's see. Oh, Trinket asks, what advice would you give to new voice actors?
So I actually got to give this advice recently because
Hmm.
I have a friend who's just starting out, and they told me that I first off I asked them like, are you in specific Discord servers? Like, there's several that you can do for voice acting, like the Voice Acting Guild, the club. You have like Casting Call Club online, like stuff like that. Basic websites to just get you into the community so you
Hmm.
can talk to people. Community is the most important part. If you want to get into voice acting, you need to establish yourself into the community because people will help you.
Hmm.
Second, you need to have that confidence. And it won't start out as just straight up confidence, but my friend was like, I don't know if I'm at that level yet to like actually start auditioning. And I'm like, the worst you're going to get is a no.
Hmm.
But every audition is good practice. Every audition helps you get better and stronger at what you're doing and understand the characters you're looking at. You just got to do
Hmm.
it. That's the best advice I can give to beginning voice actors is you just got to do it and understand as you go, you will grow and learn.
Yeah, definitely. Totally. That's wonderful advice. Um, it seems like going back to what you said about community, to me, from like, I'm not a voice actor, obviously, but like looking in on like the voice acting community, it seems like, generally everybody's so supportive and so uplifting to like people just starting out or people who are trying to get into different things. And that's really, I think that's really awesome. I think, like you said, it's so important to have like a supportive community. And for me, I see that like the voice acting community is definitely of that, super supportive of new people or helping people out. So I think that's really nice.
You have to have good community.
Hmm.
Like it's like the number one.
Hmm.
The other thing too is you can do all sorts of training
Hmm.
and classes and lessons, but I have several friends who have so much education under their belt,
Hmm.
and they're like, "Why haven't I gotten any roles lately?" It's because they forgot to audition.
Oh no.
You guys gotta, make sure you're auditioning along with your education.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, Yeah, I think that's. I hope that was helpful, Trinket, because I think that was wonderful advice to somebody who might just be putting their foot in the door of voice acting. Um, let's see, That's so funny. Michael Jackson asks, "What is?" I just the name cracks me up. It's like so random. But Michael Jackson asks, "What is your favorite song?"
So there was a movie called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Hmm.
My dad used to play the CD for me all the time. I know
Hmm.
the CD almost by heart, and I even have the vinyl. But there was one song on that album that my great grandmother, used
Hmm.
to sing to me all the time as a kid. And even if I listen to it now, I will start crying.
Oh,
But it was You Are My Sunshine, which is such an
oh,
easy, simple song, but, like, they did a version of it on that album that's just so full. It's not just a person singing, it's a full band with it.
hmm.
That's just it's just a really good song for me
Hmm.
because it just reminds me of her.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a very special song to you. I mean, it's especially that particular rendition of it. Yeah. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, she
Yeah.
was 101. It was gonna
Oh,
happen.
okay. Well, I'm still
Sorry.
sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you have the song now to like treasure those memories through listening to that song on every like vinyl and CD. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'll take three, almost 40 minutes in, so I guess I'll take maybe one or two more questions for Maganda and see if anybody has any other questions.
I love how Naruto Lee said, "I'm imagining I can't say that word, like Genshin." I'm thinking they're probably talking about, Venti?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, yes, probably.
I did a mini meme voice acting thing for someone on Twitter a long time ago.
Hmm.
Absentee's voice. Hey, traveler! Like I did that for someone, and that was before I played Genshin, so I was like, I
Mhm.
don't know who this character is.
Yeah, he's definitely has that high pitched voice, but yet he's like I think like hundreds if not thousands years old, and he's like
He's
a
a
god
god.
and everything. But yeah, but he's still not old enough to drink to the people at Diona's bar.
Oh,
It's
I
so
gotta get back into
silly.
that game.
Yeah, it gets you hooked for sure.
Mhm.
I have to like sometimes take breaks from it. I'm like, okay, I can't think of Genshin right now. I need to like not be tempted by wishing, you know. Oh gosh. Let's see. Oh, for the final question from Michael Jackson, what would Sandy say to give like good just general life advice, do you think, to other people?
Wash your hands, brush your teeth, and never put your shoes on the bed. Sorry.
That is
I was
beautiful
just trying to
advice.
think of, like, just, daily lessons and daily life things that I do.
Yeah. That was adorable. Now that wasn't from Maganda, everyone. That was from Sandy. That was Sandy's advice. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. But
And make it cookies to share with everyone.
but if Strawbunny's here, I don't think there will ever be enough to share with everyone. You just like bring it to whatever function they're at, and he's just gonna eat them all. The pan is gonna be empty.
I'll just make more.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. We are 40-ish minutes into it, so I think that we'll wrap it up here. I don't want to take too much of Maganda's time, but I did promise that I was going to make the announcement really quick at the end. And the announcement about the series is that, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw me tweet September 1st, and you're probably like, what the heck does that mean? Well, that means that we are going to launch a new campaign to help continue with the funding of the series on Indiegogo on September 1st. And it will be a flexible goal, so whatever we can manage to get will be all put towards paying everybody fairly, the team, the animators, the background artists, and of course the remaining voice actresses and voice actors that I need to get voice lines from. So I'm really excited about that. There's going to be lots of like really nice prizes on the different tiers you can get. And yeah, so look forward to that on September 1st, and I'll definitely post like a pre-launch page if they have it, and just give more information closer to the date. But just wait for September 1st because that's going to be really exciting, and then we can just get this done a little faster. I know everybody's really excited to just see the series, so having Indiegogo, especially with a flexible goal where like any amount we get will help, will definitely speed things along because a lot of people have been asking what's the progress with the series? And I'm like, okay, we're chipping it away a little at a time with the Patreon, which is so helpful. But I think like also having like a lump sum from a campaign would definitely be even more helpful. So yeah, that was the exciting news. So I will post more about that on Twitter and everything. But for now, we will say farewell to everybody and thank you everybody for joining in. And of course, thank you to Maganda, aka the voice of Sandy, for asking, no, for answering all your questions.
I'm asking
Sorry.
all those questions.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so I hope that you all have a lovely rest of your evening or day, and I will see you all on August 26th for the last Q&A of the summer with Kira Buckland. So, of
So
course, we're gonna,
excited.
yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. This was really fun, everybody, and yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.